Kalimera. For the expats living in Greece or people who are thinking about relocating to Greece, we have some practical tips to help you save money while you're living here.
And today we're at the laïkí
For the farmer's market.
to do some shopping, and that's a great place to start. But first, this video is brought to you by Wise. Wise is something that I've used ever since we moved to Greece. I use it about every day when transferring money, and we're excited to share with you how you can save money with Wise in a few minutes.
One of the best ways to save money in Greece is choosing the right location to live.
It takes a little bit of research to find what you're looking for. If you can spend some time in the area to better find the neighborhood that you're looking for. Typically, city centers are going to be a lot more expensive than living in the village or a little farther away from town.
When we first moved here, to help us save some money and figure out which neighborhood we really wanted to call our home, we stayed in a small neighborhood right next to the city center. We were able to live in an off-season rental for all of the winter for a really good price. We did have to move out once the season started since it is a regularly operating rental, but that also gave us the flexibility of having something fully furnished.
So it's actually a very common thing for these rentals to exist in the off season. What is in the season, Airbnbs and booking.coms, they just want to fill their homes and have some money to show for it, pay their bills. So you can get a really good price on a furnished apartment while you're assessing the area. So we made some connections, and some of this actually led us to where we live now. We explored the area and found a place in a village farther away than we thought we would be, but we were able to save money and have a lot more space with an incredible view. And since we work remotely, it really isn't a big deal that we live just about a 20-minute drive away.
So you have a few different ways of being able to find a place to live here in Greece. From Facebook communities, newspaper ads, but especially word of mouth. That is honestly one of the best ways that you can save money on a place to live.
And for us, I used the combo. I used all three. Eventually, I posted in a Facebook community, but a connection we made here was beneficial because we had mutual friends and we found a place in a village with an incredible community. And the communities that you're gonna find in the village is different in the city, but wherever you go, you're gonna find what's right for you. Today's video is sponsored by Wise, and honestly, we're thrilled because this is a product we've depended on since we first moved to Greece. Before moving here, I did tons of research on the best way to save money because I didn't want every dollar that we spend to come at a bad exchange rate or be hit with an international transaction fee. That's when I discovered Wise. It is the best way that I have found to convert our currency without banks taking a big chunk of money. You can pay landlords, local businesses, car payments in euros electronically, and you even get a digital card that works like a charm across Greece.
For paying our rent, car lease, groceries, you name it, we've used Wise almost daily. The rates are usually better than banks, and the fees are low and transparent. We're clearly able to see exactly how many euros we receive for US dollars. Wise always offers the mid-market rate, and you're only charged a small transparent fee. This doesn't just apply to only these currencies though. You can hold over 40 currencies in one account with Wise and easily convert between them. We use Wise to pay bills quickly, and most transfers are instant.
Also, it's really great because you can convert money whenever you see fit. This has allowed me to exchange US dollars to euros when we have a much more favorable exchange rate. The Wise app makes it easy to monitor with this chart, so I do my best to keep extra euros in my account for times that the exchange rate is not so great. If you're moving from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, or anywhere outside of mainland Europe, Wise is a game changer. ATMs and bank transfers from your home account can cost a fortune. Wise gives you the real exchange rate. Also, for large transfers, Wise has a dedicated support team. This is a paid partnership, but it makes perfect sense for us. We already believed in Wise, and now we're thrilled to officially partner with them, since we have been using Wise ever since we first moved here to get money from our US bank accounts to Greece.
If you're moving abroad or even just traveling, sign up with our Wise link below
to get a fee-free transfer up to $600.
and it helps support us at Becoming Greek.
Thank you for supporting our journey, and we hope Wise makes your life abroad a little bit easier too.
In general, the cost of food in Greece is relatively low. But the best way for you to get the freshest produce for the lowest prices is by going to the laïkí, or the market in Greece.
Honestly, the cost of food is going to vary greatly, just like the rental market around Greece. Here in Crete, it's extremely affordable compared to other islands because they grow all of their own produce here. So nothing has to be shipped here. It's fresher. And the way you can make sure you're getting the best ingredients is by shopping straight from the source, straight from the farmers. Honestly, we do as much of our grocery shopping for the week here. We get all of our fruits, veggies, cheese, honey, nuts, herbs, spices, olives at the farmer's market, and it very rarely costs us more than 40 or 50 euro per week. We do go to the supermarket to buy a few dry goods and water, really not a whole lot, and then when we need meat, we go to the butcher. And all of this makes sure you're getting the best quality stuff, usually for as little as possible, and honestly, I think we're a lot healthier for it, and the food just tastes so much better.
And what's amazing is once you start to develop some of these relationships with the farmers, you end up leaving with more things than what you even tried to pay for.
Yeah, it's true. Often people round down and throw in an extra produce, and you constantly get treated well when you make relationships at the farmer's market. And maybe sometimes towards the end of the day when they're running low on goods and they don't want to take the rest with them. Another great way to save money with food is by eating street food or going to the country tavernas, where you get really delicious, authentic meals for much less money than the restaurants in the center of town. I find that when we eat out at a nice meal with drinks, we're spending maybe what we'd spend on just about an average meal in America. When we eat at the tavernas, we eat really great food and probably too much, and I feel like we rarely spend more than 20 or 25 euros before you add in drink costs. And if you want to just drink the house wine, you can drink for 5 to 10 euros a liter. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. One of the ways that Greeks save money is by not eating out at restaurants, eating at home, and then socializing with their friends over a coffee.
Yeah, you find the coffee shops really busy around 5 or 6 p.m. This is after people take siesta, or maybe it's their only break of the day, and usually spend between 2 and 5 euros.
Another way to save money while living in Greece is to utilize the transportation system. In the city centers, it's easy to walk around to get to where you're going. And here on Crete, a lot of people take the buses to get to the farther locations outside of city center.
I actually know people who live in the city center who even just rent cars as they need, or rent off-season car rentals, so you can rent monthly for very cheap when you're not in the middle of busy tourist season. Or you can do like we did and find a car lease. When we first moved here, I didn't know if we would be able to stay long term. We had to sign a 3-year car lease. I did the math, and even if we had to leave after a year and broken our lease, we still would have saved a significant amount of money versus renting cars day to day, week to week, or by the month with a local car rental agency.
Another way that we're saving money in Greece is through health insurance. It's actually pretty affordable here for us to have been able to find health insurance that fits the medical needs that we both have.
Yeah, we actually saved somewhere in the neighborhood of $15,000 a year versus what we were paying in America for comparable health insurance. It gives us access to some private healthcare providers.
This isn't necessary if you're a citizen of the EU, but if you're coming here from a country outside of the EU, this is very helpful.
All in all, most things are much cheaper in Greece than where we're from in America or Northern European countries. And as we've talked about, there are additional ways to save money in the rental market, with food, with coffee, going out, spending time with friends, and with Wise. It's something I've been using since day one. I've used it to be able to convert money when it's at its best rate for us. If you don't operate on the euro, I really think it's a must, and it helps us in so many ways.
If you want to help support us while saving yourself money, go ahead and click on the Wise link below in the description and sign up for your own Wise account with our link. If you have any questions or comments about ways to save money while living in Greece, drop a comment below.
I hope you found this video helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.
Πάμε στη λαϊκή.
Yeah, let's go shopping. It might be too late.